uncharted territory here.
And that we are trying to take a look.
We do have game 1 underway, by the way.
Bryle did just play it. Bryle did just play it.
Oh, okay.
So Bryle did run it. I'm curious about his build here. Talon did lose that. It brings me great joy. Let's see this. Well, we've got time. Nothing ever happens in the first few minutes. Maybe someone dies. Everyone lives or dies. You know, that's the way it goes.
So we've had one time, that was today, for now.
Yes.
Is what we found out, and that was Bryle, who actually won a game.
Yeah, he went... I have his build here. Did go Blade Mail, Heart, Sight of Vice, Octarine, which sounds fairly typical with Midas, of course.
Okay.
So I wouldn't expect too far off the mark for Gunnar to kind of build in that direction. Again, depending what he may need. Not sure if the Blade Mail is going to be pretty useful. Midas timing is going to be key. I need to see that mid matchup, like just whether or not Quinn can really try to shove this ogre away, because you have 6 starting armor with 670 HP. It's not going to be as painful to trade with the level 1 totem as it would be with any other hero.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how it goes. He's gone for the level 1 Bloodlust, which is to be expected. I thought maybe you'd go Fire Blast for the sake of securing the range creep, but I suppose when you're playing mid-ogre, you're not exactly afraid to just run up and secure it, so... It's going to just abuse the Bloodlust here in this mid lane as the ogre. And speaking of the ogre, we'll start off with the mid lane where you're going to have Quinn up against Gunnar's ogre matchup. This will be an interesting one. I don't know if it's fair of me to ask you who should win this lane matchup, John, but I'm going to ask anyway. Who should win this lane matchup?
I wish I could answer you straightly. I would honestly say... I would say Ogre Magi. Look at that. I don't think you're ever going to win a right-click trade with level 1 Bloodlust like that, even with Enchant. Your uptime for harassment, again, isn't that amazing on Shaker? With 6 armor on the Ogre, Enchant harassment overall just doesn't feel as amazing. So I expect Gunnar to actually just feel good here and not be held back too much. I don't think Quinn's going to be fully shut out, but definitely Gunnar's the one that's going to be looking to kind of go a little bit ham, especially with the Ignite up. So Rune Control is a big one that really determines this back and forth because it is mana intense for both sides. Again, a little bit more mana intense for the Ogre Magi. We'll see if there's any assistance that comes in for the early Watt runes, which I doubt. I think the sidelines are going to be a little bit too tight here for the side of Nouns, so shouldn't expect too much movement out to help Gunnar try to build up, and that should give some leeway for Quinn here.
We'll have a bit of a peek at this mid lane a little bit later on. Let's have a look at the top lane perhaps, where you'll see dyrachyo and Seleri against Mu and of course Lelis. For now, you have seen Mu and Lelis getting rather aggressive here with the Skywrath Primal Beast combination. It seems like dyrachyo is still going to be okay. Might have a bit of a slower time farming, but as long as Seleri sticks around, doesn't overextend with, you know, you've got the Leech Seed, you're going to have the Living Armor at some point, and it seems like they already have prepped with a lot of regen here on Seleri and dyrachyo, so they should be okay to sustain themselves through this lane.
Yeah, they should be able to hold up. I do like that they've already cut the tree line here on the side of Nouns, so you don't really have a comfortable area to sit in for Seleri. It means he's not going to be able to just trade, get some free right clicks, and dodge off. You also have to respect every single time Trample's up with the concussive shot. Very easy for a Primal Beast to try to run down, which again, we've seen on our last few series. Whenever this combination came out, that is one way to play. So as the levels go up, it doesn't get any simpler for the Treant and the Spectre. Just a very passive lane for Gaimin overall. Very curious as how the bot lane, the last lane we haven't really talked about, does go. You do have Hector and his classic Naga. Loves his farming illusion heroes, does get his hand on one now, along with Yamsun on that AA. They are up against tOfu. Again, on that, where to support and Ace on the off-lane Raid King. They're already getting aggressive here onto Yamsun.
They certainly are. Yamsun, he's a squishy boy, and it seems like he is just set to fall, as that will be first blood to go the way of tOfu on the position for Muerta. It's kind of the thing with AA. Like, laning stage for me with AA never feels good because it just, you've got a couple aggressive heroes like this, they just jump you and it's just too easy to burst him down.
And maybe just a little bit out of position. He did get hit by that dead shot. As an A, you really have to stand way further back. And again, like, there are some combinations you can play with the AA plus Naga, but you're not going to be looking at Ensnare anytime soon. So it's not like you'll be finding that opportunity to connect and try to harass back and try to catch off this Muerta, you're going to have to play pretty passive. So both safe lanes looking to be passive, the off lanes looking a lot sharper overall. You don't mind too much for Hector. It's
Quinn.
that Yamsun dies, although.
He's taken a lot of damage, and Gunnar had a Fire Blast ready if he wanted to commit. Like the Fairy Fire and Stick Charges of Quinn did force Gunnar to just kind of make the decision to back off. But you'd almost rather him just be on low HP like this. If you can secure both water runes and not allow the bottle refill for Quinn, he can't farm anyway. And that's exactly what they do. Lelis takes one, Gunnar will take the other. Meanwhile, bottom lane, K1's getting jumped right now. Lelis is going to try to rotate to help out this Nagasara, but K1 is going to go down as Ace is dropping rather low himself and should go down and will. It's still a great trade though for Gaimin Gladiators. They do find the position 1 Naga, and of course Yamsun goes down along with it.
First.
Yeah, and that forces a lot of movement out onto this bot lane. So you're freeing up the Spectre up top to actually have a little bit more room to breed. It's been a lot slower for dyrachyo, which is to be expected from a Spectre up against Primal Beast. This is some much needed movement for Gaimin to work on the map.
That was a cheeky attempt from tOfu trying to deny the bottle refill of Gunnar, but sadly, Gunnar was a bit too quick, just putting into Yamsun's backpack as Quinn now is being just charged down by Gunnar. He'll eat the Fairy Fire, he has the living armor, and that's going to be enough to force them back, as now Gunnar's the one in danger. Yamsun, he is kind of in danger as well, but they really want the Ogre first, and Gunnar will just be completely surrounded. He can do nothing as Quinn will take his life away of all people.
They drag so many heroes across, and I love the responsiveness of Gaimin here. They're just dragging every hero up, working the lanes. So
top lane mood trying to get aggressive, but just doesn't have the damage output necessary to quite finish the job. I suppose dyrachyo, he did have a Lotus ready anyway, so probably wouldn't have died. Now you've got to be a little bit wary as Moo, because you do have the rotations slowly coming in, but it probably won't be enough anyway. Just Seleri.
Yeah, again, this is a little bit of that consequence of splitting up and trying to match that response from Gaimin.
dyrachyo, not expecting the rotations from the supports of Nouns, is going to go for a run down south, but he is as good as dead. Moo will take him out. Nouns, a successful rotation onto the spec.
Yeah, and that is the kind of movement you wanted to see. They need the supports to be really active. Felt like dyrachyo was getting a little bit of space out. Yeah, even though he's not farming too well, just surviving that lane does feel pretty good. But they managed to get that access through the gate, wrap around, get the aggression going. So 2-4, Gaimin still in a decent enough advantage in terms of kills. They're finding some decent farm as well. But now it's not doing too bad here. The mid lane for Gunnar has been going fantastically up against Quinn. Although Quinn, again, isn't lagging too far behind thanks to that kill earlier on. And I think the big deciding factor is really just going to be how well is Hector going to be farming. Like, what are the timings K1 will get here? Is he going to have decent access to his jungle? Are we going to see Gaimin kind of pressure early on, start to get some aggressive wards, get that bot tier 1 down, hunt around? Because there is a lot of potential to just try to hunt down this Naga as well. Especially with the Shadow Step, if you do manage to get some early aggression and just maybe work a fast Blade Mail Yasha onto dyrachyo, you can expect some early presence out from his spec. So we'll see. I think the one issue as well for Nouns here is like this build on Ogre Magi mid. I mean, it can scale, it's just that if you don't have the fastest start, this hero will soak up space.
They've got the Spectre again. Lelis will just chase him down, get the vision out, and Moo now with the Pulverize in the Ancient Seal is going to be a bit of a problem for dyrachyo, who will die another time. Meanwhile, Ace was chasing down K1, but K1 is going to go for the... No, he's just going to walk away. tOfu. He's going to be there just in case. Does get the dead shot off into the stun of Ace. Still K1, try and go for the TP attempt out. Might just make it, and he will.
Is under attack.
It's healthy enough to get his way out of this, knowing there's no stuns left. It's nothing Gaimin can do about it.
They do manage to pretty much take out this bot tier 1 though off the back of that. So it's like we were talking about. They'll be able to invade that bot jungle a little bit, set up some forward vision, ensure that they can keep track of where Hector's farming and try to contest it. Because that is the one thing, right? Hector's one of those players where you leave him alone on an illusion hero, he does go crazy. They need to keep that in check. They need to ensure that dyrachyo is also getting that same kind of treatment with his space. And we'll see if they can maintain that. You don't need too much farm here on Ace. Just they're working on blade meals across their two courses. Moo.
Yeah, Seleri going to be in danger again. Mu being very aggressive here along with Lelis, and they're doing fantastic work and just destroying whoever comes up toward that top lane. This area of the map certainly belongs to Nouns at the moment. Gaimin, top lane's been the worst for sure, but even the mid and bottom lane have not been the smoothest rides in the world, as Quinn just constantly being harassed out by Nouns, being forced back behind the tier 1 tower.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As those levels come up on Gunnar, he's slowly going to start getting scary, although here comes tOfu now with the dead shot. Try and forcing him away. Maybe they could try to set up on the Ogre. They've got 3 or 4 heroes now in the mid lane. Quinn gets a nice Fisher block. Gunnar, he'll run towards the west. And it looks like he's actually fine. 5 heroes on Gunnar, he just walks away. Ace, he's gonna try again. Wraith Fire Blast out. They'll see Gunnar. He will continue to just walk away. Meanwhile, Yamsun, he'll get body blocked in the tree line. He will at least die. They'll get something for their trouble.
Yep.
T1 tower though, T1's probably not going down. They could commit, but it's not looking good.
Radiant's middle tower.
Not quite enough damage. Oh, no.
Seleri, they'll get caught.
Is under attack.
A pos 5 for a pos 5 seems like a very good trade for Nouns.
Yeah, you don't mind. And your tower stays alive, you're freeing up space. They're not hunting down Hector. So your Naga's free farming up, and it does farm quite a fair bit faster than a Spectre, as dyrachyo is just, it's not going to be quick, even with a blade mail. Spectre does have some issues farming up. So this is some good early tempo coming out from Nouns. Gunnar, blade mail almost done, more durability up front, a lot of HP to reflect back some damage. However, you are lining up for some early initiation. Quinn saving up for that blink, not too far off. Blade mail for Ace also coming up. This is going to be a lot of blade mails in this game. Like blade mail, Ogre Magi, blade mail on the Raid King. I believe I saw one more blade mail being queued up. Yeah, blade mail Spectre, of course. All first items. It's going to be pretty interesting to see that timing coming out. Mid, slow shot from Gunnar. Living armor, it's not the quickest thing in the world, but they've got the attack speed to get this done.
And you can bloodlust the siege creep if you like, Gunnar. Nope, never mind that. He'll bloodlust the heroes instead. Are they trying to slow it down with tOfu's dead shot? It's not helping so much. Seleri can't do too much either with his living armor, so Seleri may get caught now as Lelis has found him. Does go for the Mystic Flare committal. The chase is on here from Mu as well, with the onslaught of the trample and the pulverize just for good measure. Mind you, the T1 tower still being focused by Gunnar. He is not backed up away from this T1. Fisher not on the mark. Ace will TP, but it means nothing.
Dire's middle tower
They'll
has
deny.
been denied.
Yeah, nice little thing to take away. That's a lot of time that Gunnar himself was just committing towards that push and doesn't find a gold for his trouble. But again, you don't really mind here on Nouns. The key thing is space. They're responding to this movement mid. They had to drag 3 heroes up there, which means, again, Hector's left alone. Naga's left alone to farm up stacks, to clear out using the illusions. No defensive spell on Hector as well. He went 4-0-4. So he wouldn't even have the song if he needed to bail out, but it doesn't matter if he's not being chased down. And now a smoke out from the side of Nouns. See what they find here. Would really want to start applying pressure in dyrachyo, and they did draw the line to that area.
I mean, mind you, Quinn did just buy out the Blink Dagger, but he had to commit his Echo Slam to clear out the Ancient Creep. So now dyrachyo, I mean, even if you wanted to try and rotate with the Blink up, it's not really going to matter because dyrachyo just disappears. Mu the freight train just runs right through him. Nothing he can do as a Spectre. I mean, he's still just trying to farm that Blade Mill. That's how badly the game is going right now for dyrachyo.
Nah, it's really this big difference between pause ones that are causing this discrepancy for Gaimin and how their game kind of feels right now. You've got a very smooth game for Hector. Ace is finding farm on Wraith King. He can kind of take over as maybe the mid-game core in terms of farm priority, but you will have to keep buying space for the spec. They are smoked up here in Gaimin.
They're on to Ace now. Gaimin is on the way to try and help out. Ace, of course, has the reincarnate. There goes your Fisher. They want Moo real damn bad. They want that primal beast, and it looks like they'll have it, but Moo, he won't leave without a pulverize, and now Seleri goes down. Even the Muerta tOfu is gone. Ace still trying to run. They do at least get a position 3 before they do get the hell out of there, but Ace, he's not quite out yet. He'll lose the reincarnation, but now Gunnar's going to be chased down. He'll have the blade mail to play with, but it should just be enough. They can't really hit him. Turn around again. Ace, gotta be careful. In comes Quinn, trying to go after Yamsun, but Yamsun's all right. And with that, both sides agree to just leave each other alone.
Yeah, that's pretty big pickup for the side of Gaimin. Just because you trade an off lane out for the supports with a big streak on Moo as well. So it's not something you mind too much. Does even out the trade on the 2-for-1. It's not as big of a win as you'd want it to be, but at least you get even. And you're going to have some issues in trying to actually kill off Moo soon. His heart's almost done. His primal piece is going to be so damn tanky up front. Like the issue right now for Gaimin is going to be burst damage. Heart on primal beast done. Ogre Magi is just really tanky by virtue of not having any brains. So his skull is just fully tick, with all bone in there, and working onto the Midas to keep scaling up. Gaimin are going to have to try to find a way to finagle into these fights. Like, again, your best initiation at this point is Quinn blinking in. He does have the slam ready to go, but you're not going to see instantaneous burst unless you manage to catch someone like Hector clumped up with his illusions. That's probably the best case scenario for an instant burst play. Beyond that, it's going to be a little bit more drawn out for Gaimin in comparison to what Nouns can do. They're really working this combination of Lelis and Moo, which is constantly on the hunt.
Again? Not
Same
again!
spot.
Oh, not again! Oh!
Just like that.
It's not a good feeling at all, is it? dyrachyo, he wants to just work in the mines, the mighty mines, but the mines have not been kind to the old Spectre.
Yeah, I don't think she can dig around in the mines with a dagger. So it's just not too efficient for her. And, you know, and Moo's the foreman. She's like, what are you doing with an unprescribed tool in the mines? You know, he's the foreman.
Moo.
Just keep an eye. Yeah. He looks like one too. He has that mean look, like a very disciplinarian dude.
He just needs a high vis. Give him a high vis and a helmet.
Yeah. I'd love to see that. High vis helmet and the noun shades. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Get it done, double A.
Mid lane.
Get it done.
Is it double A or doubler?
I don't know. I always switch around. And he's like, yeah, it works both ways. And then he just never clarified which one it is, but it works both ways.
Hey, at least it's not Neff. You know, right? At least it's not.
Who is that guy anyway?
Nobody now, Jonathan. Some dude. Here we go, tOfu. Some wards down. He will see K1 there for a second, but K1 making his way out just fine. Look at Moo. Look where Moo is. Would you believe it? He's at the top lane again. Having a look. He'll clear the creep wave, but dyrachyo's in that same position by the mighty mines. Thankfully, there is no Skywrath around to help out Moo in chasing the Spectre down. They're looking at mid lane instead. Quinn will be chased by Lelis, who does go for the Mystic Flare out onto the Shaper, and now Gunnar is going to move in. Ice Blast will land to boot. They'll commit the Overgrowth to buy some space for Quinn to run, but here comes the foreman! Moo! He'll onslaught right through to the Earthshaker. Seleri getting caught as well. The foreman does not like trees. Ace, he's lost his reincarnation life. He'll be okay to back off with the second. They've lost Quinn again.
This is disgusting. Maxed out Ice Vortex plus Ancient Seal. Maxed out Ancient Seal. That spell amplification, they get deleted, man. That is gross. This is very tempo-based from Nouns, though. The moment BKBs come online, there's going to be some trouble. Fortunately, we're nowhere near BKB timings just yet. But Nouns has to keep that in mind. They have to keep playing this fast. They have to keep applying this pressure. One BKB and this game kind of goes sideways for Nouns. It's all going to be on to Hector at that point to scale up.
Under attack.
How is Hector doing, by the way? Like, he's still behind Ace. Ace actually out farming his own carry, of course. It's not been a great game for dyrachyo, who was still at 6.5k net worth. Hold that thought, because bottom lane, Moo does cop a Fisher, but it looks like he wants to keep going. A Seleri will scout him out for Quinn. Quinn is the target. They have not seen the tree, and nor do they care for him. They want the Shaker. Onslaught, not going to be out yet, though. Moo will hold back. Seleri did root him in place there for a second to ensure he could not go for the Onslaught.
Yeah. I mean, this is space at the very least for dyrachyo, right? As you mentioned it, although.
Quinn, they know he's there. Moo knows. Moo's gone for it. Quinn. Oh, Quinn. Moo, my
Disgusting.
And Quinn just popped the... he did not. I thought I heard an echo slam. I was like, oh no. We're at that stage of the game already.
Veil. They have Veil. They have Ice Vortex. 25% magic increase. Veil is 18%. This is insanity. Ancient Seal at 35%. Like, you literally have, if it's additive, you literally have 0 magic res. You have negative magic res at that point.
Yeah.
Almost.
You're basically giving Gunnar double damage with his Fire Blast. Amazing.
Yep. And he is going for the heart, Mikey. So he's going strength padding for that multicast.
Okay.
Outstanding.
I like it. I like it.
Oh, Ace.
Hello.
10 seconds.
Come on.
10 seconds, he's gone.
Yeah, 10 seconds he doesn't have, John. 10 seconds is a long time for Ace right now.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, now,
They just
you know,
get deleted.
people love to meme about this team, you know, they're from NA, they're always third, blah, 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 but now they're showing you against arguably the best team in the world that they can put up a great fight, as now tOfu is down. Meanwhile, top, looks like they have jumped Gunnar. They'll want the Ogre. Gunnar, he will use the Midas, and now K1. He will pop the song, allow the tippies to come, and he's even going to maybe go for the fight, though. K1, can you get out, sir? Who's singing for K1? Well, Moo's going to try to come in and sing Kumbaya, I suppose. dyrachyo, he'll go for a bit of a run. Quinn will do the same, and everyone's out. Nobody dies from Nouns. In fact, oh, not dyrachyo.
Oh, he's gone.
Not dyrachyo. Leave the man alone. Pulverize. Out from Moo. dyrachyo has nowhere to go. They let him just be.
I mean, if you had to sacrifice a core, you know, dyrachyo's lower net worth than Quinn right now. So I guess that's the call. He doesn't have a way to TP out. He's just left alone. Oh, tOfu.
Oh
They just die, man.
We didn't catch that on camera, but
They just die.
he basically got magic amped by Yamsun, and he just exploded, quite literally. He just disappeared.
The two of them.
Speaking of disappearing, John Ace, he just lost his reincarnation, and he's probably lost
Oh, he's dead.
his
Oh my
actual life
God.
as well.
This is disgusting.
This is
Nouns. Oh,
this is something special.
you
Astini, if you're
beautiful,
listening, you've outdone yourself this time,
freaks.
Astini. You've outdone
He
yourself
has.
this time, sir.
He has for sure. This is basically, honestly, this is what my Turbo games are like. This is the enemy team on Turbo. A bunch of tryhards in Turbo. This is what it is, but it's a normal game. You can't accuse Nouns of trying hard. It's the road to the international.
It certainly
and they're
is.
bringing out the big stuff, the big guns, the special sauce.
There's a couple of potholes in that road right now for Game, and I'll tell you, it's not been a smooth ride at all. For day one, at the very least, they might need to change their tires after this day, I'll tell you. John, it's bottom lane, dyrachyo. I don't know if he can afford to show on creep waves like this anymore. Because Moo, he just does not care. Moo will just run him up again. dyrachyo at least maybe avoids the Ice Blast, and he does, but Moo may not need it as the Mystic Flare will come out. I don't know what to say, Jonathan. No, dyrachyo, it's not really his fault at all.
No, it's not.
Nobody's buying him space. He's just trying to do his job and farm.
I think it's a mixture of the draft, like
Dire's
forcing out
bottom
this
tower is
Muerta
under attack.
and Wraith King offlane once more, along with just picking up Shaker versus. Well, I think the Shaker mid made sense up against the Problem Beast. Even then, I don't think that's a straightforward matchup. But the Ogre Magi really.
Seleri.
This tempo just ruined it.
Dire's bottom
Very
tower
careful,
is under
Seleri.
attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
Oh god, like you've almost got Gunnar with his heart,
Oh.
so he's gonna have what, 3k HP.
Yeah, but
You have Moon.
does this ogre even matter? Like, isn't this whole game just literally Moon chasing people around? Look at this. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's waiting for dyrachyo right now.
Are scanning.
Look at this. T2 tower. He just dives him. He just dives him into the T2 tower. No, that's a bit too far. Come on now. They've got to punish him for that. Or maybe not. Maybe he just walks away casually. Instead, they'll find the ogre. They've got Gunnar, but Gunnar's a tanky boy. Gunnar will turn onto Quinn. Quinn's the one to go down first. They do at least kill off the ogre. Seleri, in the meantime, he'll go down to Lelis. Moo will continue. On to Ace they go. The Wraith King not going to be able to get out of this one either. One life. Make that no life. No chance.
This is, my god. This is the kind of stuff that I would hear, you know, the kind of stuff off cam you and I talk about. It's like, what if you ran this and this and this with all the
Dyrachyo.
minus magic resist?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Jonathan. dyrachyo is in trouble, to say the least. Moo will find him again, though this time around dyrachyo will be able to get up. Thankfully. Thanks to Moo, in fact, for knocking him down to the low grip.
Yeah, and Moo's trying to solo the Stormenter. He'll have help from Hector. No, all this time we haven't even talked about Hector. Number one in that fort, despite all the kills coming out from Moo. This Nagasiren also has. How do you kill anyone on this team? They've got 3 hearts already. 24 minutes in. Like, there's no easy solution right now for Gaimin. You know, it's not just that they lack damage, they also need BKBs to be up. All their control is hanging on Quinn and trying to make these plays. And we just haven't seen that opportunity to do so. No one's been able to hunt down Hector. There's no forward vision to hunt down this Naga. The pressure coming out from Moo and from Gunnar is just overwhelming, along with Lelis and Yamsun. It's just too much to handle. Would he Ags up on Quinn? Maybe it starts to become easier. It starts to become easier to gap close a little bit, go hunting. We'll see. Something needs to come out here for Gaimin.
So something needs to happen. Problem is, it seems like Nouns are always the ones making that thing happen, and in fact, they might have another chance very soon. It's Ace right by Moo, though Moo will not be able to see him. Said Moo will show on the creep wave, but they understand they can't really hope to go after the Primal Beast. Hoping Moo gets a BKB, by the way, because I'd love to see an even bigger Primal Beast here with the Bloodlust and BKB. Not queuing one up yet, sadly. He'll go for the Ags first. Roshan time. The Primal Beast is actually bigger than Roshan, Jonathan.
Yeah, you know, Ag's Labyrinth one was definitely bigger. This one, about toe-to-toe. You know, the one thing that always makes me sad is that Primal Beast doesn't actually grow that much bigger with Giant's Ring. That's the one disappointing thing. Yeah, they stopped his scaling for some reason, I guess because you'd be too big for the screen. You would block viewpoints. You know, who cares about visuals? I want a giant beast in my screen. That's it.
Look at this. Look where they're running, John. Guess who's farming that ancient camp? Guess who?
Oh no.
And now they've got a radar for dyrachyo. Like, they've got this guy on
you gotta
lockdown.
go.
Ice Blast, Pulverize.
God, no.
No need to say anymore. Say less. Moo is just destroying Gaimin Gladiators. Mid lane, Ace. Trying to deal with Gunnar. Gunnar's not... I mean, he's just being a menace. He just doesn't want Ace to farm this area. In fact, here comes Moo. Here comes the freight train. Here comes the foreman. And Ace is gone. Ace, can you at least get away with a second life? Not really. What a stupid question of me to ask.
Is under attack.
Hey, you always ask the stupid questions, Mike.
This one was especially
On
stupid.
brand. That is fair. That is fair. This is what's not stupid is the absolute big brain plays in Nouns draft. This is basically the highest IQ lineup of all hearts. 3 hearts on the deck.
Yeah.
You've got 3 cores with 3k HP at 27 minutes in.
Very good.
There's
Dire's middle tower
I
has
don't
fallen.
know what the comeback is for Gaimin. A gigantic slam from Quinn. I guess with Overgrowth, I don't know what that will do, but it's always nice to have it on top, I suppose. Like, I legitimately don't know how you buy space here for Gaimin. You just have way too greedy on off lane, way too greedy a safe lane, and no one to connect with a Shaker. There's just no connection there.
Dire's bottom
They're just
tower
losing
is
tier
under
2s. High ground hasn't opened up yet. But that's going to come
Dire's bottom
sooner rather
tower
than
has
later.
fallen.
We've got a BKB coming out for Gunnar. You need some BKBs to be up. No one has farm to get that done.
You go. Gunnar's going to get started with the tier 3 tower. No, never mind. He just wanted the Midas. Just Midas and some creep.
Dire's bottom tower is under
Well, with the way this game's gone, I wouldn't exactly be surprised if Nouns wanted to try for a tier 3 tower, but it was just the Midas usage.
Yeah, it's just trying to be efficient, you know. No pressure nowadays. You can have a charge up, so it's not as bad. There's the full Blood Torrent fully up for Hector. Man, this man has had the freest game.
Yeah, this is not a carry game for K1. This is a carried game for K1. It's there's nothing going on for him. He's playing an RPG.
Oh,
Is Quinn gonna jump in with the Echo Slam? It's a one-man slam. They do at least kill off Yamsun first, but the problem is now Moo's just gonna rush in and commit. Oh my
middle tower
god!
is under attack.
I can't even finish a sentence here, John. Moo's just not allowing it. Dyrachyo's gonna buy back, but is that gonna do any good? Song is out. They've got all 5 of them.
Oh no,
He
no,
TP's into
no.
the song. Are they going to keep going? I think they just will.
Middle tower is under attack.
Ace in danger. Moo, in he comes. He wanted Quinn, but the blink away is there. The Shaker will survive. He'll jump right back in and back, but dyrachyo, Ace, they are going down. There goes one. Seleri to follow. And now they need a run because dyrachyo, well, it's just not his game, this game 1. It might be around that time to call it, I'd say, John. This game is not going to get any easier.
Yeah,
they call
they're
it.
done. They're done.
Enough.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
This is too big-brained from Nouns. The minus magic resist at every step. I mean, that is beautiful. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful